So I'm going to walk around with this because my markers were running very low in ink. So I couldn't get it much darker than this. But basically, this is a chart that I drew of a person sitting in meditation. And then in the center, it looks like a target. But it represents what we call the koshas. And this week in all my classes, we're going to be talking about the Annomaya kosha. And the Annomaya kosha is the outermost layer. I'm just going to walk around with this so you can see it up close. I'll fade it out. This is the best I could draw. So. Don't judge the drawing.
I was admiring your drawing.
The feet, maybe.
For you guys, hopefully you can see too, the Annomaya kosha. This is the target we're talking about in the center. So kosha means a sheath or a layer. And the Annomaya kosha talks about the outermost sheath or the outermost layer of our being. And it represents the food body, not food that we eat, but what food nourishes with the body. And so the body is the skin, the muscles, the bones, the tissues, anything that you could physically see or touch, anything that's tangible. Anything kind of at the surface level, so to speak. So we know the skin is like surface level. We know if we look at social media apps, right? We're just looking at the outermost layer of this person, unless they're really getting into like some deep conversation. You're just seeing it for the surface. So we're going to take a week for each of these layers. Today, we're just talking about the physical body. And with the physical body, with it being the food body, we have to nourish it with food. And we have to pay attention to what kind of foods we're putting into our body to make sure it's going to be something healthy for us. But in order to take care of this body, we also need to sleep well. We also need to exercise. We need movement, but we also need stillness at times. You know, one of my sisters is going through breast cancer right now, and she's used to a lot of movement, and she had to have a double mastectomy, and she had the draining tubes, you know, coming out of her chest, and she had it for weeks. And she thought a couple weeks ago that she was ready to start moving again. And so some girlfriends came over and they started walking, taking laps around the neighborhood. That was the worst thing she could have done because it created more drainage. And then when she went to the doctor expecting them to be taken out, they were like, you've been moving too much. You got to go home. And now you're like quarantined to like stay still. You have to be still for a week. We got to get these things out of you. You know, so relaxation at times is what the body needs for healing. And at other times we need movement for therapy and for healing. So we need that blend of both. And that's one thing that I love about yoga, to get both. We're going to hold off on the other layers. We're just going to focus on the physical body first this week. Because we're focused on the physical body, we're going to be doing movement today, right? Gentle movement, but we're going to be doing some movement with some repetition. We'll also be holding just a few poses in stillness, but it's going to be about more movement with breath. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start sitting upright. If you want to sit on the edge of your bolster, you can. Your arms are going to release down beside you. Hands resting on your lap. Go ahead and turn your eyelids down. And in these first moments, with your eyes closed, I want you to focus on your physical body. Maybe at first, just noticing your skin. the skin that is warmly wrapped with clothing versus the skin that's more exposed into the room that may feel slightly cooler. Start to notice the muscles of the body. There are some muscles that aren't necessarily needed at this point, and they may be more relaxed, such as the calves. But there's other muscles in your body that are having to hold you upright in this position. You may feel this in your belly. You may feel this in your back. When you're exploring these muscle groups, notice if some are tense or tight. Notice if some are dull and feeling a little weak, perhaps. And others that may feel strong and vibrant. And then continue your inner exploration. You may notice the internal heartbeat. You may notice your breath coming and going. You may experience, as you're taking deeper sips of breath, the belly filling up on the inhale and retracting on the exhale. You may feel your sternum or the vertebrae springing up as you breathe in and slightly dipping as you breathe out. Go a little deeper within and notice any sensation that you're experiencing. Do you have any minor aches or pains? And if so, set your intention to practice with care and compassion when we target this region. Take a few more deep breaths. Allow your breath to go from shallow to deep. Short to long. On your next inhalation, lift your arms and lift the lids of the eyes. Let your arms frame the sides of the face and feel the muscles that just became more engaged. As you exhale, lower your right hand or your left hand, down to the floor and sway over to that side. Inhale, build yourself back up, arms extending upward. Exhale, lower your right hand down, leaning towards it. And we're just going to flow back and forth. Inhale, coming up to the top. Exhale, curving over to the side. Inhale to center and exhale to the other. Inhale through center. Exhale to the other. And just flowing in sync with your breath. The next time you land your left hand and lean that direction, pause. And take your hand to hold the backside of your skull. So one way to look at the koshas is like an onion, right? You can't just take an onion and just bite right into it. You have to peel off those first couple layers. And even still, to get to the really good juicy stuff, we go even deeper into those layers. So feel as though you're peeling open the layers, the koshas, rolling that top shoulder back, dialing the heart upward towards the sky. Pause here in this position and breathe well. Next in-breath, bring both arms up. And exhale, taking it over, stacking on the right hand. Another way that the koshas are often described by the yogis are like the wooden Russian dolls, where you open up one and there's a smaller one in the middle. And then you open up that one and there's another smaller one in the middle. And there's usually a stack of 5 different dolls. And so those 5 different dolls represent the 5 different koshas. Cup a hold of the backside of your head and peel the heart open. Rolling that shoulder back, dialing the heart skyward, maybe turning your drishti in that direction, which is your focal point with your eyes. Affirming as you hold strength and courage, fill up my body cells. Gently build yourself all the way back up to the top, and we're gonna hook the right arm under the left. When you thread the arms together, let your arms be kind of set in front of your chest instead of drooping to the chest, because we're gonna bring movement to this. As you inhale, you're gonna lift the arms higher. Good, and as you exhale, you're gonna drop the arms lower. And this is what we're doing with repetition. Inhale, lifting the fingertips upward, and exhale, dropping the elbows downward. Good, continue as you breathe. This is what we call Garuda arms or eagle arms. Feel the muscle attachments to the shoulder blades. Good, one more. All right, we're gonna hook the arms the opposite way. Left arm hooks underneath the other. The back of the hands may not even touch. Maybe they do. Maybe you can continue to intertwine one hand to meet the palm of the other. Just do your best. We're all gonna be a little different. Inhale, fly the hands up. Exhale, drop the elbows down. And then continue with this repetition. You might have noticed in that earlier sequence, there was one top shoulder that was getting a little bit more work when the arms dipped to the chest. Hopefully you're experiencing the other shoulder fire up on this round. Control your breath and let the movement follow. Last one. Let your arms be set to your lap. Elbows have a loose bend to them. Lift up through the crown of your head, and as you exhale, turn your gaze over to the right shoulder. Inhale, keep the chin parallel to the floor. Turn the head all the way to the left. Good, exhale back to the right. And just checking out the range of motion in your neck. Maybe keeping the eyes open, using the Parshva Drishti, where you're sharply gazing through the corners of the eyes. And you might begin to notice with this repetition, the range of motion opening up and being able to see a little bit farther in your peripheral line of view. And then inhale, bring the head to center. As you inhale, lift the nose as you tip the head back. And as you exhale, bow your head to the chest. Inhale. And exhale. And we're going to add a different element in here. Lace your hands behind your head. And as you inhale, your arms are gonna splay open, giving a safety net for your neck. And then as you exhale, your belly pierces in towards the spine. You round the back and droop the elbows towards the temples. Inhale, it's like a little cow tilt, a little back bend. And then exhale, a little clap stretch, nothing extreme. Try not to pull on the head and the neck when you bow forward. Two more. Inhale, lifting back up, releasing the hands down. As you exhale, lower your right ear towards the right shoulder. Inhale, tilt the head to center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. All right, we're just gonna go back and forth. This time, close the eyes. And don't try to power the head to the shoulder, right? Just lean it. Lean it lightly over to one side and then the other, so that you're not aggravating your neck. It's a small area of the body, but it does a lot of work for us. Think about how it holds the head up all day. And the head is heavy, like about 8 pounds. The next time you bring your head up, you're gonna come away from your seat. Put the blanket too for now, but we will eventually come to a tabletop position, maybe the blanket later. Have your feet splayed open, your knees bent, your hands cupping the whole of your shins. We're gonna move into the seated cat-cow. So we're exaggerating that movement a little bit more through the spine. So think about all these various movements that we take in yoga. They have intention. Some of them have the intention of strengthening the bones and muscles. Some have the intention of stretching the muscles. And some have the tendency to create the blend, strengthening some, stretching others. Do one more. And inhale, come back up, extend your left leg, draw your right heel in to meet your left inner thigh, flex the left foot, push down through the left thigh bone. Inhale, the arms are gonna reach up. Exhale, we're moving forward towards Uttanasana. Angling the upper body over the straight leg, but rolling the navel towards the center of the thigh. Inhale, let's build up. Exhale, let's twist to the right. The hands are gonna fan away, right hand behind us, left hand to the bent knee. See if you can turn a little bit more through your belly, through your ribs, through your shoulders, through your neck. Remember that twists are very cleansing and purifying, especially for the endocrine system and the digestive system. But it also helps to purify the lungs. So breathe well. Inhale, the arms lift up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Working into the hamstrings. Radiating the heart forward towards the toes. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, twisting to the right. In that one sweep of the twist, you may have gone just so far. So come back down to your low back. Can you twist a little bit more through your sideways, through your belly? Move up into your mid back. Can you move through the solar plexus, through your ribs, into the upper back with the shoulders, through the neck. But to the point where you can still openly and effectively breathe. Affirming here as you close your eyes, I radiate my love, goodwill, compassion to soul friends everywhere. Inhale, come out of the twist, lift the arms up. Good, exhale, pour over the front leg, Janu Shasana. The head of the knee stays pointed upward, even though we're pushing the thigh down. We're gonna do the twist one more round. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, spin to the right. Keep it gentle or take it deeper, yogi's choice. Perhaps noticing where you feel a little stuck or calcified somewhere in your back. Inhale, reaching the arms overhead. Exhale, let them gently come down. Lift your right knee, send it forward. Bend your left knee, open from the hip. All right, we'll do that same sequence. Arms reach. Exhale, forward fold, Janu Shasana. You keep the dorsiflexion in the foot, so the heel's pushing out, the toes are splaying open, and that will ignite more of the muscles through the threading and up the kinetic chain of the leg. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, spin to your left. Left hand behind you, right hand to the bent knee. Rotating more. That's available. But not pushing or striving to be anywhere in particular. Inhale, lift the arms, return out of the twist, face the front. Exhaling, hinge from the hips. Dial the navel towards the center of your thigh. You have more or less flexibility to this side versus the other. Stay inquisitive with your body, with this Annomaya Kosha. Inhale, back up. Exhale, twist to the left. Try to keep your hips stable, even though you're winding from the waist up. Thinking about the worldly events that have happened this week, send the light from your heart across the land, across the sea, as you affirm mentally within, I radiate my love, my goodwill, and my compassion to soul friends everywhere. Inhale, return back to face the front. Exhale, coming down. Janu Shasana. Let's try and warm up the various places of the body before we come to stand. Inhale, lifting back, arms straining the face. Exhale, last round, last twist to the left. Channel the breath up and down the body. Feel your seat nestle down into the mat. Crown of the head rising up towards the sky. Inhale, lift the arms, return back to face the front. Exhale, let the arms fan out. All right, we're gonna bring the soles of the feet together. We're gonna warm up the hips, and we're gonna get up to stand. So as you inhale, lift through the crown. Exhale, you're gonna bow forward. And we're gonna rock up and down today. So inhale, lifting. Exhale, descending. We're just moving with your breath. We don't have to be in sync with each other. I know all of our breaths may have a different length, a different duration. The longer you keep your back, the more you're going to feel it through your inner thighs and inner hips. On this last one, hover and hold. Let your knees gravitate down towards the floor. Let your breath smoothly sail in and out through the nose. Affirming mentally within, secure in myself, I accept whatever it is. Slowly rise back up. We're going to come up to stand. Once we come up to stand, stand at the top portion of your mat. Your arms are going to be beside you, and the back of the hands are, or the, I should say that. Yeah, it's the back of the hands, right? The back of the hands are facing the front of the room. Inhale, let your arms just sail up. And as you exhale, bend the knees. We'll come down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Soft bend in the knees. Inhale coming up. Exhale down. 3 more. Inhale, chair. You're sitting a little deeper in your knees and your hips. Let your heart face forward and your arms fly up. Exhale, we're going to breathe out. Long exhale. Inhale, draw up to chair. Exhale, long breath out as you pour over the legs and reach the arms back like you're downhill skiing. Feel the power and strength in your lower body. 2 more. Last one. Now stay over the thighs. Let your hands spill down beside the pinky toes and let your head lower towards your knees. Yep, that's it. A standing form of child's pose. Inhale, step back with your right foot. Be in this kind of runner's lunge where the front knee aligns over the ankle. Good, we're gonna inhale, pulse the hips up, and then exhale, spill them down. Good, and you're just lifting on the inhale and dropping on the exhale. Continue that. Last one. Now turn your right foot down to the floor, lift your hands, and then I want you to look at your feet. So your left toe should be facing the front side of the mat. Your right foot should be parallel to the back of the mat. Yeah. Good stance in between. Lift your arms up, palms open to the heavens. Good. Now lift the arms up to frame the face. All right, you're going to be facing the door when you're in this position. As you exhale, you're going to lunge the knees, sway the arms to the sides, and turn your head and gaze down the front fingertips. Inhale, lifting up, facing the front door. Exhale, coming into warrior 2. So we're turning the neck with this. If you have any trouble with balance today, just pick one of the poses and stay in that one pose. If your knee feels like it's, not strong enough to come back and forth out of this flexion, maybe just keep both legs straight and the arms up. Okay, last one. Hold warrior two, look down the fire finger of that front hand. Glue the feet down, splay the hips open. And affirm internally, I joyfully manifest the power of my own strength, internal and external. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Lift the left arm, let the right arm hang to the back leg. Exhale, windmill down to triangle. Okay, we're gonna go back and forth between these two. Remember, if your balance is unsturdy, you can pick one or the other. All right, get the feet rooted down, the legs nice and firm. And you're bringing the mobility in through the upper body. The lower body is your strong foundation. Last one. Holding your triangle with your hand cupping the shin, ankle or foot, whatever's available. Stacking the shoulders, opening the heart center, making space for the diaphragm muscle, and affirming energy and joy flow down to me. Now look down, bend the front knee, bring the hands down beside the front foot, spin out of the back heel. Left foot's gonna come to plank. From plank, spill the knees to the floor. Hang back in child's. All right, we're gonna start a new flow of movement. Inhale to all fours, tabletop. Exhale, curl the toes, launch into downward facing dog. Inhale, all fours down to the knees. Exhale, untuck the toes, fill back into child's pose. This is our new flow. The inhale is bringing us to table. The exhale takes us to downward facing dog. Inhale to table. Exhale to child's pose. Do this 3 more rounds. The next time you find yourself in downward facing dog, I want you to pause and maintain yourself there. Now notice your hands, are they shoulder distance apart? Are your fingers lengthening and spreading out? Can you slightly dial your hands away from each other? Can you open up space between your shoulders and your ears? Can you open up space in between each vertebra as you fly your seat skyward? Can you press through the balls of the feet to increase the skin around the front side of your ankles? Can your head bow as you look back in the direction of the feet? And can you sense the blend of some muscle strengthening and other stretching? As you exhale, land to your knees. All right, as you inhale, you're gonna rock forward into a modified up dog. And as you exhale, the hands stay put, but you bring your hips back towards your heels to child. This is our new flow. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to child's. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to child's. Do one more. And then let your elbows plop down, let your fingers curl in and rest on the midpoint of your brow. I want you to notice your heart rate. Even though this has not been vigorous movement, notice if your heart's set up. And that's okay to get a little cardiovascular movement, but we can also become more aware in stillness and controlling the breath, how we can help to regulate the heart. We'll slow it back down. Maybe you didn't feel the pulsation of the heart before, but now after movement, you can. Where is your attention going in your physical body? It's Annomaya Kosha. And let's continue. On your next in-breath, rock up to hands and knees. As you exhale, return to downward facing dog. Letting your hips be higher than your heart higher than your head. When you're ready, walking the feet forward to the top of the mat. Folding over and down into your Uttanasana. Now put a soft bend in your knees. Back of the hands facing the front of the room. Inhale, draw it up. Exhale, take it back down. Few more. This time when you pour over the legs, put a little deeper bend in your knees, a little bit more lower in your seat as you rise up to your chair pose. Same sequence we did before. Exhale like you're downhill skiing, trunk parallel to the floor. As you come down, inhale, building up. Flow with your breath. Last one. This time stay doubled over, hands relaxed beside the pinky toes, upper back rounds, head bows towards the knees. Inhale, left foot steps back. And then from here, we're gonna take those little pulses. So inhale, we're lifting through the pelvic floor. Exhale, we're dropping through the pelvic floor. Inhale, we're lifting through the back thigh. Exhale, we're dipping the back thigh. Inhale, we're pushing down through the right foot. Exhale, we're softening into that knee and foot. Good. Now drop your back foot to the floor. Bring the hands up. You're facing the other side of the room. Check your footing first. Right toes facing the top of the mat. The back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Arms float up. And then alongside the face, chin in line with the chest. Exhale, lunge the knee, and then look towards the right hand. Inhale, turn the head as you straighten the right leg and arms. Exhale, splay open, warrior two. Continue this set of movement. In breath, taking you to one position. Exhale, open you up to the other. Last one. And now hold Virabhadrasana 2. Feet are firm. Front thighs rolling open. Hearts lifting, shoulders softening. Gaze is set. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Let the right arm lift and the left arm hang back. Exhale, windmill down, triangle. We're gonna move back and forth between these two postures. Two more. This time when you come into triangle, hold here. And the fingertips wide on that upper hand. Drilling the feet down into the floor. Feel the grounding energy and feel the ascension of energy. In active poses, we usually have several lines of energy occurring at one time. Exhale, turn your gaze down, lunge that front knee, bring the hands down, sink the back knee to the floor, glide your right knee back. Okay, ground your hands. Inhale, take regular cow. We've done a couple other variations. Exhale to catch stretch. So you'll notice those two earlier variations, we're building us up for this more exaggerated form. Let your low back swoop down like a saddle as you inhale. And then draw up through the navel, concave the chest as you exhale. Last one. Okay, we're going to take the right leg to the side. Plant that foot for stargazer. The right arm's going to float up. Exhale, the arm's going to thread up underneath the other. Inhale, open back up, stargazer. Exhale, the right arm threads under. 3 more. This week, we're focused on the physical body. Today, physical movement. Still trying to keep it gentle. Lower the right hand, lower the right knee. Inhale, left leg extends, foot flattens. Inhale, open into the twist. Exhale, thread it underneath the other arm. And you know what to do from here. Last one. You need to come out. Come to hands and knees first. And then you'll sit down onto one hip and send the legs out in front. All right. Have your block while you're sitting up. Go ahead and find your block. Have it close by. Bend your knees and roll down to your back. We're going to move into the bridge flow. With your knees bent and your arms stacked beside your hips, palms facing downward. We're going to inhale, press through the soles of the feet, lifting thighs, hips, abdomen, chest. Arms are going to circle back close to the ears. And then as you exhale, roll it down. If that's too much for your shoulders, you can widen your arms. Inhale, you're rolling up to bridge. Exhale, you're rolling down to the sacrum. And be sure to follow your breath because each one of our breaths is controlled a different way. So in other words, Your inhale may roll right into your exhale may roll right into your in-breath, so there's not a lot of stillness in between. Your breath may be different. You may find the still point at the top of the inhale, and you may find a still point at the bottom of the exhale. And if that's the case, you'll find a little stillness at that point in your breath. All right, once you roll down to your low back, stay here. Inhale, lengthen your arms overhead and your left leg down the length of your mat. Exhale, hug your left knee in towards your belly and chest. Your right knee stays bent. Inhale, the left leg extends, the arms reach overhead. Exhale, knee curls into the chest. Arms wrap around in front of the shin. Hold the left knee in. Exhale, release that foot. All right, second side. Inhale, arms overhead, right leg extends. Exhale, hug the right hand. Simple, gentle movement. Inhaling. Elongate those three limbs. Left knee stays bent. And then exhale, you're curling the right knee into the chest. This time, hold and hug your right knee in. And then descend that foot down, find your block. Press through the feet, tuck the tailbone, slide the block under the sacrum. And let the block support you here in the pose. Flip your hands open. Close your eyes. Some of you already know this about me, but I've been going through mega menopause this year. A lot of hot flashes, a lot of night sweats. And I started doing acupuncture, and the acupuncture was helping a lot. But then my acupuncturist got COVID. So she was out for several weeks recovering from that. And then right after she recovered, she got the flu. So I basically went, 5 weeks not seeing her. And the symptoms have gotten worse and worse. And I keep forgetting, and I don't know why I'm forgetting. This pose here can help with hot flashes. You may be past that point. But you may know someone going through it right now. I need to just have a block near my bed. That's what I need. This is also good for the spleen. It's good for the thyroid glands. It's a calming agent for the mind, for the nervous system. Now let's go into a deeper inversion by flying the feet up towards the ceiling. Straightening the legs up over the body. If they need to be angled away from you, that's okay. Excuse me. Thank you. By the way, this pose here can really open up your breathing. At times where you're really congested, I don't know if you're like me when the fronts come through, the allergies tend to stir up. This is always a good one. One more breath. Reversing that flow of circulation by using gravity as our assistant. All right, lower the feet. Elevate the hips, slide the block away. Roll down to the sacrum. Keep your arms fanned open, but barely hover the feet above the floor. And glue your thighs and knees together. As you exhale, lean your knees over to the left, to any degree of your liking. And then inhale, pass through center, and exhale, let the knees lean off to the right. So if you don't land the knees and feet all the way to the floor, you may find that you're rolling over the piriformis. It's a smaller muscle that gets pretty tight back in the glute area, close to the hip. Good, now the next time you let the knees roll left, let them descend all the way down. Feet down. Just rest here, breathe here. So we know that each layer affects the other layers. Right now, we're just focused on the physical layer. However, notice if your mind is less wound up. If your heart feels a little lighter. Your breath is coming a little easier. On your next in-breath, roll the knees through center and then let them roll to the right. Feet down, knees down. More relaxed. Notice the effect the twist has had on your low back. Do you feel more tightly woven on one side of your back? If you want to use props for your Savasana, roll completely to your right. Gather up the props you wish to use. It could be that you want the bolster under your knees and your blanket under your head. You may find that you want the blanket over the body and the bolster under your spine. So I'll let you explore a few different options. We're focused on movement today, which is why we're using the breath to enter and exit the poses, or to enter and exit different poses. But now we get to let the body rest, restore. We let the mind recenter and recalibrate. The koshas I mentioned were written about in the Upanishads, text that was written thousands of years ago. To study the koshas is for the purpose of helping to awaken more awareness. To initiate profound insights or changes, and to help lead us towards self-realization. Since we're focused on the physical body this week, I just want you to follow my instruction. Make sure that you're relaxing each part that I described. So in this moment, bring your attention all the way into your feet. Relaxing all 10 toes, the arches and ankles of both feet. Just let them be. And soften your calves. Smaller muscles that attach to the shin. Relax your knees. And bring that relaxation up into your thighs, the front, the back, the inner, the outer. Relax the glutes, the buttocks, genitalia, and the pelvic floor. Soften the muscles across your abdomen, below and above the navel. Relax your chest. The right side as well as the left side. Let your shoulders go. Bring that soft sense of relaxation down through each arm, into both hands, into all 10 fingers. Bring your attention into your back. Relax up, down the back. Especially the muscles alongside the spine. Those muscles surrounding your shoulder blades. Relax the weight of your head down, so the neck muscles don't have to work. Soften the muscles of the face, allowing your expression to be neutral. Even begin to soften the sensory organs so that you're not seeking any information from the outside. Just paying attention to any sensation, messages from the inside. Start to deepen the flow of your breath. Like just minor movement into your hands and feet. And eventually curl the knees up into your upper body. If and only if you're flat on your back. If you're in a back bend, you can just simply bend the knees and rock them side to side. Turn it over to your favorite side. Acclimate there before coming to sit. When you come up to take a seat, bring your hands to Anjali Mudra. Today, this gesture is going to represent gratitude. I want you to send some gratitude to your body. Thanking your body for being healthy enough to be here today, being present, being able to move. Some gratitude to your body for all the places you've been in your past, and to the point that it's taking you today. Being grateful for what it's going to offer in the future. With your hands sealed here, set your intention to continue to nourish your body today. To listen to your body today. And then bringing your thumbs up to your brow. To this prefrontal lobe of the brain that allows us to gain more insight, to have a broader perspective, to deepen our state of awareness, which is the point of learning about the koshers. The light of my awareness bows humbly and gratefully to the light of your awareness. Namaste.
Namaste.